So today I'm going to be talking about Dragon Ball Super Spoilers, and I don't know if there's an echo. I'm currently at my dad's house visiting, so I'm late on videos this week, and I got a completely different recording setup, but I got my Yeti microphone here, so sorry if there's like an echo. I'm going to talk about Dragon Ball Super Spoilers here, and not necessarily new ones, like covering that for a video, but the spoilers in general and the V-Jump summaries, that come out in the magazines. And I guess the community's reaction to a lot of those and stuff that I notice, and sometimes bothers me, but not to like a huge extent where it's like this is a rant video or something. This is literally just a little mini discussion, however long, just talking to you guys randomly, I guess. And I think this kind of got jump started with, obviously I am going to talk about spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled with Dragon Ball Super, don't watch this video, but, it's called Dragon Ball Super Spoilers, so what do you expect? The most recent thing I did with spoilers, with the whole Frieza returning for the tournament potentially. I titled that this could be the greatest thing to happen to Dragon Ball Super, and I had a picture of Golden Frieza, and I got a couple of comments saying like, oh, all these BS spoilers, you need to stop spoiling stuff in your thumbnails and stuff, and I'm just like, let's dial it back a little bit, guys, because unless you have prior knowledge of those spoilers, the way I titled that video, there's no way that you could look at that video and understand that Frieza's coming back. Like, it was a picture of Golden Frieza on the thumbnail, looking all cocky and shit with a little twinkle in his teeth or something. If you didn't know about the spoilers already, there's no way you would have known that that was a video about Frieza coming back. It was a random little image. And no, not the whole video is about this, but I did want to talk about it briefly. Like, if I had a picture of Cell, would you think Cell was coming back? If I had a picture of Grandpa Gohan, would you think Grandpa Gohan was coming back or had some involvement? If I had some random character that maybe had some, major importance or something like that, I mean, it was a picture that really I chose because, yes, if you saw the picture, you would know exactly what this video was about, and you wouldn't even need to say, episode spoilers. And, if I titled the episode spoilers and had Frieza there, then that would be something different. That would be questionable. I mentioned that, there's going to be spoilers in the video, so maybe you could piece together that it had something to do with Frieza, sure. Everyone that watched that video knew exactly what the video was going to be about, so it worked out. And that's the thing with a lot of spoilers is I think the majority of the community does look at the spoilers, and I want to say spoilers were quote-unquote because I'm going to touch upon that in a bit. And I do respect people's, desire to not know things ahead of time. There's a lot of people that don't even watch like the episode previews and stuff because those are kind of spoilers as well for like all anime in a way. Although it's a little bit of a different situation there. But with that Frieza thing, it's like I feel like people were going and clicking on it just to say like, oh, you spoiled this for me, when honestly they probably already saw it and they just wanted something to complain about. That's just how I feel about it. I don't really care that much, but I found it was funny and I kind of wanted to share it with you guys because it's kind of just dumb, really, is what it is. This is my way of talking about some Dragon Ball, but being able to be a little bit more, I guess, less focused with the topic, and I enjoy talking about stuff like this. But what I want to talk about, and maybe I'll get some flack for this, but, obviously, like I said, I respect that people don't want to be spoiled, and I only once ever slipped up and spoiled stuff for people, and I felt terrible about it at the time, but I always try my best to, if I'm going to do a video about spoilers, I want to entice people to click, but at the same time, I don't want to spoil anyone because I know how I feel if I get something spoiled. It's pretty bad, especially when it's something that's so significant. But the spoilers that we get for Dragon Ball, it's almost like something that, I don't watch a lot of TV and stuff, and I don't watch a lot of other animes, so I don't know if there's V-Jump summaries for other animes, like, One Piece and stuff like that. I'm sure there are. I just don't look at it myself. I'm sure they're there. But with Dragon Ball, what we don't really get with other types of things, aside from anime and, obviously Dragon Ball, which is obviously anime, so I don't know why I'm splitting them apart. We don't usually get like next episode previews and a lot of other things, and that do spoil the events of the next episodes. We get little teasers, but they don't usually show as much as like anime would. At least that's how I feel. What I'm trying to say is that the episode previews are kind of spoilers in a way, especially remember when we got Vegito Blue. Even though 90% of the community had been predicting it and we already knew about this stuff, when we saw it in the preview, yeah, we got hyped. I think that anime would be a lot better if it didn't have next episode previews, but that's just me. It would just leave a lot more to the imagination. But I'm wasting time. What I want to talk about is the V-Jump summaries. what I think is interesting about them is they are spoilers, but at the same time, they're not. I guess in the same vein that the next episode's previews aren't really spoilers, they're just promoting the next episode. The V-Jump summaries, unless, of course, like, I guess you could say they're getting leaked ahead of time, but they are getting produced in that, you know, in that issue, that it's a promotional device. It's promotional material for what's coming up in the story. And it is, yes, spoilers, but in a way it's also promotional stuff, if that makes sense. If you can kind of see where I'm coming from here. And I'm not trying to say that, you know, we shouldn't be warning people about, you know, spoilers for stuff. Obviously, when we do videos, we should warn people because, number one, I mean, how many people here actually live around where the V-Jumps are even going to get released, right? And number two, again, it's just one of those situations where a lot of people don't want to see what's coming up. And granted, a lot of these V-Jump summaries are pretty revealing of what's to come. A lot of them are pretty well done as to, you know, teasing what's to come. You know, I think that the one we got where it said Majin Buu falls asleep was good. I don't think that's a big deal. When they're talking about bringing Frieza back, that's a pretty big, you know, revealing detail there. I would say that's like something on the line of a spoiler, but a lot of these aren't too revealing. They really are teases, and I think that's the way to do it. And I wouldn't really call a lot of them spoilers in a way, I guess, if that makes sense. This is just coming off of my perspective, and I'm just rambling right now, obviously. But it's something I've thought for a little while, and I kind of figure, you know, what the hell, just finally talk about it in a little video and see what people in the community think and, you know, my subscribers and stuff like that. And it's not really a video where I guess you guys have to go out and say, like, what you think about it. You can. I'm not asking you to. I just kind of wanted to talk about it and, you know, I guess have you guys be the only people to hear me say anything about it. Even though I don't know a lot about other cultures, I do think that, at least from what I understand, on the surface, it's an interesting dynamic that Japan has this thing where, you know, they go and they look at spoilers for the weekly animes and stuff like that. And you know, from episodes that are weeks away, I guess, really, instead of just basically looking at the next episode preview, they're going on and looking at stuff that's from weeks ahead. I just think it's interesting compared to what we have in other countries, really. So that's my little mini discussion, I guess you could call it, you know, random type of video, but I wanted to put it up. Sorry if I've been late on content lately, you know, I was trying to get some stuff done for this weekend. It was a hassle, and, you know, I'll be back during the weekend and gonna go see Alien Covenant, so I'm excited about that. So, you know, rambling done, over with. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video regardless, though, you know. But other than that, thanks for watching, guys, as always, and I'll catch you guys later.